of Brazil. Also, the Aerospace Corporation on Twitter, Aerospace Corp, is saying right now that there's an absence of data, which indicates that Long March 5B has re-entered. This fits both of their latest predictions, uncertainty range, and Space Track org predictions. Without confirming video footage, a decay message, or a new data set we cannot yet confirmed. We're still watching. Spoke with the team. We have all indications the rocket is down. Once they get radar confirmation of nothing in orbit, they will release the final message with time. Y'all stop hiding in your bunkers. That's what has been said on Space Track org right now. So this rocket could have already departed or deorbited. New update from Space Track. So that is a tweet from spacetrack.org. Spoke with the team. We have indications that the rocket is down. Once they get radar confirmation of nothing in orbit, after 3 UTC, they will release the final message with time. So that's from spacetrack.org. And they are one of the leaders of tracking space debris. So we're going to use that as some data, not all the data, mind you. So pretty soon we're going to get some information. There are people on Twitter saying it's either it's entered or it's like officially in the ocean now. I don't know what's real. Tonic Fox Gaming, we are also trying to find the latest information that we can about this rocket. Everybody out there that's watching right now, we've just witnessed history. This is a rocket that was out of control and possibly re-entered Earth's atmosphere and burnt up on its way back in the Pacific Ocean. This normally doesn't happen. This Chinese rocket, the Chinese Long March 5B, took the first section of the Chinese space station to orbit just a few days ago. And now it was careening back down to Earth and possibly in the Pacific Ocean. The altitude, I'm going to take that down actually because we don't know exactly what the altitude is. The countdown timer, we'll keep that because it's pretty close. Pretty close. We believe the rocket has reached the Pacific Ocean and has crashed on the west coast of South America. We're not sure exactly where it is landed, but it has crashed as far as we know. Are there gravitation things at play that kept it from traveling across USA, California? Each time it says it goes across close to Florida. It's the speed. There's a lot of math going into this. Speed of the rocket, how fast it's tumbling, the atmosphere, the gravity, all sorts of things are affecting it. The moon, even a little bit. Somebody said the moon earlier. So all sorts of things are affecting this rocket. Well, if it's in the Pacific Ocean. Chat, can we do something crazy now? Since this rocket is probably in the ocean and we went through this struggle together for how long has it been? Since yesterday at 7:00 p.m. 28 hours we've been doing this live. 28 hours. Let's give ourselves, everybody here, let's give ourselves a little round of applause for being part of history and being part of the Space News Pod family. So please, if you will, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you like spaceflight. If you like SpaceX, if you like Elon Musk, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We do daily updates about SpaceX and Starship. If you're into that kind of stuff, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we're almost at 80,000. Let's make it to 80,000. We're at 77,377. We can get to 80,000 subscribers tonight. That'd be amazing. We started at about 60,000. We got about 20,000 subscribers in the last 2 days. So we're expecting the crash to be in the Pacific. I'm going to look at my sources again real quick. Tonic Fox Gaming. I missed the last 2 minutes. What happened? We are assuming that the rocket has landed in the Pacific Ocean. We're waiting for more data. 28 minutes ago, spacetrack.org said, spoke with the team. We have indications that the rocket is down, the Long March 5B rocket. Once they get radar confirmation of nothing in orbit, which will be about, should be pretty soon, they will release the final message with time. So we're expecting the rocket to have splashed down in the Pacific Ocean, which is the best place for this rocket to land. FL32Biz, thanks for that super chat. Appreciate your support. Everybody here, thank you for witnessing history at the Space News Pod. And thank you for subscribing and liking to this channel, or liking this video and subscribing to this channel. You're amazing. And we're very close to 80,000 subscribers right now. We are awaiting confirmation because we lost signal. We lost radar confirmation of the rocket. Even spacetrack.org, even the US Space Command, they're watching this rocket, and we'll get more information as soon as possible. So we're awaiting more information from numerous sources that the rocket is confirmed in the Pacific Ocean. We'll have to wait a good 10 or 15, 20 minutes for that. Maybe earlier. We'll see. Just like everything else in this launch, or in this deorbit, you never know. You never know. There's more tracking going on. Other people are showing different statistics. But the other thing is, we don't really know. We're not 100% sure where this thing is right now. They've lost it on radar. Thanks for that 199A. Thanks for that super chat. CZ 5B. There are numerous sources out there going on. So we're just going by the most legitimate sources that we know of. Jerusalem Post just posted that the Chinese rocket Long March 5B has reportedly re-entered into Earth's atmosphere and crashed into the Indian Ocean. Numerous sources out there right now saying numerous things. So we're just going to wait until we get confirmation. To tell you what the actual sources are and where this thing has actually landed. Pacific Ocean was reported earlier from numerous sources. And if it landed in the Indian Ocean, that means that it crashed before it reached the Pacific. So it was before Australia. So we're going to keep up to date. And our tracker right now is just the default tracker. It'll continue on. Yeah, Ken, we've seen different reports from different people. These are projected courses right now of the rocket. Different sources, different people saying very different things. The U.S. Space Command has not released anything yet. Spacetrack.org. Let's see if they have anything official yet. Everyone else following the Long March 5B reentry can relax. The rocket is down. You can see all relevant information updates here on Twitter, Facebook. So there is no need to keep visiting the spacetrack.org website. It says spacetrack.org on Twitter. So it seems like the rocket is down. We're not exactly sure where it's down though. Indian Ocean, or there's numerous reports on the Indian Ocean. There's also numerous reports from the Pacific Ocean. We're getting reports from Chinese Space Agency, the Chinese Human Spaceflight Agency as well. So we're giving you the most relevant information as it comes in. We're giving you as much information as we can, and then we will make sure that you get the proper information when we get an exact location of the rocket. We know it's down. We know that it landed, but we don't know where yet. Stephanie Vargas, SOS Columbia. Thanks for that super chat. I do appreciate your support. We're going to sit tight and wait for confirmation of where the rocket has fallen. As far as we know, it was in the Pacific Ocean, but there's different reports coming in from different places, different data sets. China is now reporting that the rocket has landed, according to Jonathan McDowell, who's an astronomer working on Chandra quasars in his astronomer at the Center for Astrophysics. China now reporting that the rocket re-entered at 2:24 UTC, which is right over the Maldives. If correct, would be interesting to see if we get reports from there. Trying to find some video, trying to find some more sources for you about when the rocket landed. Near Sri Lanka, to the west of Sri Lanka. That's what China is saying right now. So if that's correct, it's near the Arabian Sea, near Sri Lanka, to the west of Singapore, and to the east of Africa, to the east of Somalia, Yemen, Oman. So we will see. We'll bring you as much information as we can. But like you, I'm searching out the latest information right now from reliable, dependable sources. Thank you, Hyper Crazy Himalayan. Rocket is down near Maldives. That's what we've heard from China. We heard that from Jonathan McDowell, who's a very trusted astronomer at the Center for Astrophysics. An ocean reentry was always statistically the most likely. We're just waiting for live updates. But the rocket should be down, as far as we know, as far as we've seen. Everyone sit tight. I'll bring you as much information as I can when I get it. While you're just sitting there, hit that sub button. It's easy. It's free. It helps out the channel a ton. We do this every single day. We bring you new spaceflight information every single day. Is it down, Rebecca? As far as we know, than it is down. Off the coast of the Maldives, to the east of the Maldives, in the Indian Ocean. Off the coast of Malaysia? And yeah, off the west coast of Malaysia, just south of Sri Lanka. Just south of Sri Lanka. That's what we're seeing right now. I doubt China would lie about this, but I want official sources. Exactly. Exactly. We got to see who's official uh, uh, information we can get here. We're working on it. The thing is, nobody really knew where this thing was going to come down. There were so many different reports that it was going to be coming down in the Pacific, but you have to understand that the atmosphere has a huge role in how this rocket comes back down to Earth. So the atmosphere, like the angry astronaut was saying, the sun, the sun's beams, the sun's photons could be pushing the rocket in a different way, right? And if it hits the atmosphere in one way, if it's a little bit faster and the atmosphere slows it down or doesn't slow it down enough, then it can keep going. If it slows it down, it'll stop before, you know, really early near Australia, or it can continue going and end up near Sri Lanka. So everybody was here witnessing history in the making. This is amazing. In the Indian Ocean, as far as we know so far, it's not confirmed, by the way, not confirmed. We're waiting on more confirmation about where this rocket has actually landed. But Jonathan McDowell, astronomer, very trustworthy. He's reporting that the rocket re-entered at 2:24 UTC, which is right over the Maldives. So near Sri Lanka, that's where we think that the rocket has landed. Waiting on Space Force confirmation as well. The rocket more than likely came down somewhere over the Indian Ocean. But we're waiting on confirmation for that. So stick around. We'll let you know where it is when we get actual Department of Defense or Space Force confirmation. China's government site is down right now. It's being battered. China's manned space website from the official Chinese government at 7:24 on that's a little while ago on today, the final stage wreckage of the Long March 5B. This is being translated too. 5B rocket deorbits. The height of the perigee is about 130 kilometers. The height of the apogee is about 160. The inclination angle is 41% or 41.5 degrees. The estimated time of reentry is at 10:12 plus 15 minutes on May 9th. That was just a few minutes ago, about 15 or 20 minutes ago. And the center of the reentry area is located at 2838 east longitude and 3443 north latitude. So I'm going to post this in chat. This is where China has reported that the rocket is down. Pretty said, yes, it went off orbit, I guess, into the Indian Ocean and crashed below Sri Lanka, very near India. Yes, that's what all the reports are saying now. So the rocket is being reported as down, but not confirmed quite yet. Not confirmed by the Department of Defense or the Space Force. And we're awaiting confirmation. Just doing some sleuthing here. Seeing what the Space Force has to say. If they have anything to say. Jonathan McDowell. And nothing new from there. Nothing new from the Space Force. We're just waiting on confirmation. So it's more than likely splashed down near Sri Lanka, to the south of Sri Lanka, in the ocean, the Indian Ocean. Hey, thanks everybody, by the way, just while we're here waiting for confirmation. Thanks for becoming, part of the Space News Pod. We reached 78,000 subscribers because of you tonight. Our goal is 80,000 subscribers. Do you think we can get 2,000 subs before we get confirmation? Let's have a race. Let's have a race. Chinese news agency has reported that the re-entry area was near the Indian Ocean, near Sri Lanka. Don't know exactly the pinpointed splashdown area, but we'll keep you updated as soon as we get more information. Thank you to all the new subscribers and all the new super chatters and new members today. I'm going to give you guys a shout out, members of the show. New members here. New members, Gabby, Dana, Virginia, Dana, Tonic Fox, Peter Ryan, Cliff M, SBS Reflex, Jude. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Space News Pod today. Rebecca White, EO2 Dave, Autumn Lily. Thanks so much for that. Thanks for becoming a member of the show. The rocket has possibly splashed down near the Maldives, however you want to say it. Both ways are correct. Depends on where you're from. We're waiting for official confirmation. Thanks, the Armored Werewolf. Is certainly a mix between spooky and fascinating. I agree with you. It was spooky not knowing what's going on, and it's fascinating knowing that this can happen. So we're waiting confirmation from numerous sources. The Chinese source, the Chinese government has stated that it is impacted in the Indian Ocean, is burnt up in the atmosphere and impacted the Indian Ocean near the Maldives. And we're awaiting numerous sources so we can keep you on track and keep you updated as soon as we get the information for you, so you know exactly where this rocket re-entered and splashed down